Praise the Lord. Thank you for sticking around to watch the second video about forgiveness. Last week I talked about what you can do to help yourself to forgive. We talked about that you realize that you've been hurt. We talked about that you make a choice after realizing that. We say that forgiveness is a gift you can give to somebody. And we said forgiveness is trust. Forgiveness is a sacrifice. Today I want to talk about what forgiveness is not. What people tend to think that if you have forgiven someone, you have to do, and which is not the thing. The Bible does not tell us that. The Bible tells us to forgive somebody. Well, if you can remember properly, Paul teaches about to mark and avoid. I can mark you that in this area we cannot deal together. Yes, you have wronged me. Yes, you have hurt me. You have disappointed me. You have made all sorts of things. You have cheated me. You have made all sorts of things. You have gossiped about me. But I can forgive you and mark you in that area and then avoid. So what forgiveness is not, that some people tend to say is, forgiveness is not an excuse. Number one, forgiveness is not an excuse, because when I have forgiven you, it is not an excuse, or it does not make it okay, or it does not mean that it is right, that next time you do it to me. It's not an excuse that because you did it last time and I forgive you, then this time you come along and then you do it. No. Forgiveness is not an excuse. Forgiveness is not that I should befriend the same person, the same you. They should see us together in the malls, shopping together, moving together. Forgiveness is not that. Forgiveness is not that I should befriend you, I should keep you around. No. I have marked you in that area. I have known that you can tell lies against people, so I can avoid you in that area. I'm not meaning that I avoid you as a person, but I can avoid you in that area. If it is the area of money, maybe I've given you my money and you've misused it, or have lent you money and you've not paid back, and I've decided to give you that money. It does not mean that I have to, again, in that area, give you money. No. Another thing that forgiveness is not personal gain. I do not have to forgive you because I'm targeting to gain something from you in future. No. I can forgive you for my own peace. You don't have to forgive somebody because you're targeting to gain something from that person. Forgiveness, by the way, is a command. We are commanded to forgive. It's not a request. Forgiveness is a command. So forgiveness is not for personal gain. Another thing what forgiveness is not. Forgiveness is not forgetting. You know, we've grown up hearing this saying that forgive and forget. Okay, you people, if we are still alive, and I know that you have disappointed me in a certain area, the best thing I can do is to avoid you in that area. But it doesn't mean that I have forgotten what you have done. I am at peace with you, but it does not mean that I need to forget that part. Forgiveness is not forgetting. And it does not mean that I will not deal with you. I will continue working with you, dealing with you. But there's an area I have said, this one, I have not forgotten what had happened here. We made peace, so I can't deal with this person in this area. Another thing that forgiveness is not abuse. If I have forgiven you today, you don't have to keep repeatedly doing the same thing to me. You don't have to abuse the opportunity that I've given you, that you don't need to continue making yourself, I don't need to continue making myself available to be abused. No, I can forgive you and block you and avoid you. So forgiveness is not abuse. Forgiveness, I have talked about that forgiveness is not an excuse. It's not to befriend the same person. Forgiveness is not for personal gain. Forgiveness is not forgetting. And forgiveness is not abuse. But forgiveness is a nourishment of your heart. If you have been hurt in the past, if you have been hurt before by different people because of different things, forgiveness is the nourishing of your heart, because forgiveness does not have respect for anyone. If you don't forgive, and forgiveness does not have respect for anyone, and forgiveness can damage any person, no matter what rank you have in the community, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a prophet, whether you're an evangelist, whether you're a deacon, a deaconess, whether you're just a fellowship member of the church, or a person, or just a child of God, irrespective of who you are, if you do not forgive, you are tying yourself up. It's endangering your relationship with God. So it's best of you that you forgive. Don't hold on unforgiveness, brethren. Don't hold on unforgiveness, because freedom is in forgiving. To live a life of liberty is in forgiving. To live a free life is in forgiving. So if there's anybody who has wronged you, you can mark under for it and understand what forgiveness is not, and make your environment liberty. Don't hesitate to forgive, but know what forgiveness is not, so that you're not taking advantage of. Shalom, brethren.